Prior to Avature, some of the recruiting challenges were that we had an applicant tracking system that was serving as sort of a parking lot of sorts for candidates. We weren't really going back in and mining the data. We had a lot of people coming into the system that weren't attached to requisitions, and we weren't searching for them. So it initially started as an effort to kind of take advantage of some of the recruiting equity that we've built from our sourcing efforts.
So we have a fairly large recruiting group, in different geographic locations, and so a lot of the sharing happened in Outlook and spreadsheets and things like that.
So our sourcers were actually going to multiple destinations to pull up candidate resumes and leads and prospects. And we were tracking the requests we were receiving from our recruiters on a really long Excel spreadsheet, and we were emailing resumes over to them, which caused a huge reporting challenge.
And it wasn't what I would call a functional Excel spreadsheet, because they would have a row per job. And then for their submittals, they would have, say, 3 people that they submitted to that job in one cell, not separated by commas, or sometimes it was dashes, sometimes it was commas. A lot of times it was just hard enter, so you couldn't run like pivot tables or anything like that.
It's like you've got 300 recruiters, you have 25 recs a person, you have 10 to 100 candidates per job. How do you start keeping track of all the people?
And we had a problem with stepping on each other and coming across some of the same names and reaching out to the same people.
As we started looking and started talking to companies, we realized that there was a lot more out there, and so we started to focus more on, okay, how can we actually impact the process? How can we improve the candidate experience, and how can we kind of, instead of just trying to plug a hole and fix a problem that we have, how can we take this and do our work better?
So we needed a partner that was really flexible. We needed a system that could be customized around our processes versus the other way around. We needed something that was web-based.
We wanted to have a vendor that hadn't just done small, but it had done global. Okay. Most recruiting CRMs are relatively new anyway, so there's not a lot of choices out there with people that really have gone global.
We also have implemented Avature portals as kind of an interim applicant tracking system for the hiring we're doing outside the U.S. So that's been really, really effective.
We can do our career events and actually track what seemed impossible to track before. How could we send out this many emails and get this kind of this data back that's going to tell us who was interested, who attended, who didn't attend? Well, we can do that.
The obvious point of intelligence comes from sourcing, just being able to get out into the open web and all the different databases that we have, that we have licenses to. We can now capture all of that, whereas before it would sit in our applicant tracking system and we couldn't really do anything with it. So we're building intelligence around the talent market per se.
So what we did this year was we needed to hire 600 registered tax preparers for our Ask a Tax Advisor initiative, and we utilized Avature to send out 1.2 million targeted recruiting marketing campaigns to make those hires.
Now I think we're really starting to see the true value in terms of our pipelines and generating some intelligence, which, if I could sum it up in one word, intelligence is what we're using it for right now.